welcome back. Happy New Year. Yeah, huge day tomorrow for me, for everybody in the stream, for the whole entire community, for anybody who trades stocks. First trading day of 2021. Also, the free trading movement website is dropping tomorrow. The merchandise is dropping tomorrow. So tomorrow's a huge day for me, for anybody who's involved with the free trading movement. We already have over 450 people in the Discord that dropped on Friday. So one of the mods just dropped the link to the Discord in the chat. If you're not in the Discord yet, get in the Discord. We got a lot of people, bringing up different trades, talking about how to trade correctly, fundamentals, technicals, catalysts, all of it is in the Discord. So yeah, join that Discord. The website's coming out tomorrow. The free trading movement is commencing. Super excited for everything that's going on. And I can't wait for everybody to see the website. It's going to be dropping tomorrow at noon in Eastern Standard Time. So get ready for that. It's just a lot of educational resources, ways to connect with me, with other traders. And yeah, the free trading movement website dropping tomorrow. Follow me on Twitter. I'll be posting the link everywhere. The link's also in the description right now. But before we get into anything, just looking at the futures, kind of flat. Literally haven't moved at all. Other than that, hope everybody's having a good Sunday night. Hopefully everybody had a good holidays. Back to work. And yeah, we're going to be going over a bunch of different things. I'm revealing 4 new trades on stream tonight going into the new week. So I have 4 different things that I found in the last 2 hours. I took like a 3-day break from the charts, which is like the longest break I've ever taken since I began charting and trading and stuff. And then today just scanned a bunch of charts. Yeah, thank you, Guy in Hat, for timing out whoever that was spamming. Don't spam in the chat. We're trying to get a lot of people's opinions in here. Spamming doesn't really help. But what was I talking about? Can't even remember. See, that's what spamming does. But gonna be dropping 4 new trades. Finally got a chance to look through charts and stuff. Found 4 charts that I thought looked pretty good. So I'm gonna be sharing those pretty much right off the rip in the stream. And yeah, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you want to send me a tip or buy a SPAC poster, the legendary butterfly from back here. I threw that on a poster. If you want to buy this poster, it's literally just like the picture of this chart with like my header on it. The header looks like that. It's right above my head. If you want to buy that poster, you could also just hit the link. So if you want to send me a tip or buy the poster, it's the pinned comment in the chat. Let me skip this song. Just hit the pinned comment in the chat or hit the first link in the description and you'll get a pop-up on stream and stuff like that. But yeah, spent like 2 hours tonight trying to find some new trades going into the week. Obviously, I have no clue what's going to be happening tomorrow and, throughout the rest of the year in the stock market. And I don't need to know. I just need to be able to react. So yeah, I guess we could just start off with the new trades. I already dropped 2 new trades in cryptos today. So I actually started off trading by cryptocurrency, but then I fell more in love with stocks. But I dropped 2 different crypto trades on my trading page and put it out on Twitter, posted in the Discord. So you better be in that Discord. Let's get a mod, drop somebody who's modded, drop the link to the Discord in the chat. But yeah, this is one of the cryptos I posted today. It's already up 5%. So I posted this literally today and it's already up 5%. Crypto's going crazy. Ethereum hit 1K, Bitcoin's at 33K. KNC is the other one I posted. That's also up. So both the cryptos I posted are up 5%. So if you were in the Discord, you got alerted. And if you got into either of these crypto trades, OXT or KNC, you would be up 5% right now in a matter of hours. So that's great for crypto. I own them myself. So yeah, haven't really posted too much crypto, but obviously I just found these 2 altcoins that are pretty undervalued in my opinion compared to the rest that are going absolutely insane. And you just saw them 5% bounces, which is great. But is everybody ready for the 4 new stock trades going into the week? Again, none of these are financial advice. It's probably unlikely that every single one of these 4 trades will play out perfectly, just probability. But I just figured out, might as well share with different people, give some picks going into the week. But yeah, we got the Discord link in the chat right now. If you want to join the Discord and get alerted whenever I put out a trade or just talk to other people in the community, join the Discord. But let's just go to the trade setups. And yeah, hopefully the music's working out fine. Haven't streamed on this setup in like about a week, so I'm trying to get a little bit back in the swing of things. But I already ordered a new mouse, new camera. Well, I have a new mouse and camera coming in, and then a new microphone. The microphone on the MacBook's already great, but might as well up the quality even more. I got an actual microphone And yeah, excited for that. But here's the first stock pick. We have 4 stock picks I'm about to be showing to everybody here. So hit that like button. We got 50 people in here. If you support the free analysis literally every single weeknight, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you want to send me a tip or buy some merch, it's the pinned comment in the chat and the first link in the description. The first trade of the week is XPEV. You got a falling wedge with hidden bullish divergence on the daily and also some classic bullish divergence on the 4-hour. So classic bullish divergence there, hidden bullish divergence on the daily, and a falling wedge. This is XPEV. It's actually sitting at 43.25 because it went up 1% after hours. So that's why the entry of the trade is a little bit higher than what you see right now. Is the music a little bit loud? Let me fix that. But yeah, XPEV. Again, this is not an investment. This is just a trade. We did the same exact thing with CBAT. It wasn't an investment. It was just a trade. And why was it a trade? Because it literally hit both of my targets for 42% profit. And then what happened after it hit both of the targets? It dumped. You're trading this. You're not investing in it, right? I mean, if you want to invest and you like the company, that's your decision. It's not financial advice. But this is a trade. You take your profits, where most people take their profits based on Fibonacci and resistances and gap fills. And then what happens after that? It literally went all the way back down. So great 40% trade on CBAT like 2 weeks ago. Very similar trade on XPEV with the falling wedge and divergence. That is trade number 1. I'll be posting it later tonight on my trading page, and I'll ping the Discord. This is trade number 2. This is Apollo Global Management. Believe it or not, I actually put out a tweet on Apollo Global Management at the bottom. I called the local bottom on APO back in the end of October. There's literally proof of it on Twitter. If anybody wants to question it, I can provide you the proof of me calling this bottom right here, literally at $36. It was a descending, or it was a right angle descending broadening wedge. There was also some classic bullish divergence at the time. As you see right here, from this MACD island to the next one, it made a higher low on a lower level in price. So this is actually when I put out the real buy call for APO, literally in October. Haven't really tweeted about it or talked about it, but since then it's just been running up. And now I'm putting out another trade on APO. So since my original buy call, APO is already up 32% since the original buy call that I put out on Twitter in October. But now it's breaking out of the right angle descending broadening wedge over the 200-day moving average in this little kind of like a channel right here. And you have hidden bullish divergence on the 4-hour. Very, very clear hidden bullish divergence where you made a higher low on price very slightly with a lower level on your MACD and your RSI. So this trade, the entry is like a little bit under, like 48.77 or something. The target is like 54, which is just under this like resistance area right here. And then the stop loss that I have right here is like 46.92, just because you'd be breaking back under the 48.22 breakout level. So that's APO. So the first one was XPEV. The second one was APO. Those are 2 new trade setups going into the week. I'll be posting them later on Twitter and on my trade setups page. But just to show you guys on stream. And yeah, now we got 2 more trades. So I think this is the first time I've ever put out 4 trades going into a week. So just remember, I have no clue what the market's going to look like tomorrow, and the market conditions matter much more than technicals, right? So if it is a bearish market tomorrow, that's when I would take caution. Personally, I'm not going to be entering any of these trades pre-market. I'm only going to be entering these trades if the market opens well and if things are not dumping right off of the rip. So you don't have to market buy it at 9:30 a.m. You don't have to buy a pre-market. If you want to wait to see if things are okay, that's what I'm going to be doing. You have to make your own choice. Again, these are just suggestions. They're not financial advice. So that was XPEV and APO, the first 2 trades of the week. Now we have MU. This one, it's a lot different than most of the trades I put out. Typically, I put out like, reversal swing trades where something's going down in price and I think it could break out to the upside. But this is Micron. Crazy run ever since COVID. It's just been going up nonstop. And this is like a bullish continuation type trade where basically it went sideways for pretty much all of December. The whole entire month it was in this channel. And then on Friday it broke out. So it broke out of this range. The entry would be a back test of 74.32. That was your previous resistance. So now the entry is 74.32. You wanted to back test and flip the previous resistance into support. You have hidden bullish divergence to help you out, which implies price continuation to the upside. And I think you're also starting to develop hidden bullish divergence on the daily as well. So a lot of hidden bullish divergence being developed on this breakout. This is a continuation trade. The take profit level is just a Fibonacci level. If I show you right here, as you can see, the 2618 is at $82. So the take profit's right under that at like $82.60. and then the stop is just a few percent under this support. So yeah, again, this is going to be posted on my Twitter and on my trade setups page later tonight if you want to see the exact levels, but I'm just showing this to everybody on the stream not exclusively, but early, I guess. And yeah, that's the third new trade. So far we've done XPEV, APO, and now MU. So those are 3 new trades going into the week, not financial advice. And this is the final one. This is BigCommerce. This one's a very simple trade because the risk management is super easy. But basically, BigCommerce is back at the major support level. If you remember, when BigCommerce was right here, if you were following me back then, there was some classic bullish divergence. It was next to this major support level, and I put out a trade on BigCommerce back here, and it was like a 20% profit trade. It worked out very, very well. After we took the profits on that trade, it actually dumped back down to the exact same support. So the idea on this trade is, again, a bounce off of the support at 63.39, something like that. It's not probably going to be exact, but just in that general area where it currently is, like, you know, $63, $64, looking for a bounce right there. And if you do get that bounce, the target is like $74, which is just like this little mini resistance right here. That's just pretty much the target I'm looking at. It was kind of your support, not really, but it's just your next resistance if you do bounce off of this. So the idea of this trade is literally just bounce off the support and you could come back up to this resistance, and the stop loss is just 4% under the support line, just in case it tries to create like a lower low with a fake out to the downside, and you know, the classic bullish divergence on the daily could develop. It's not there quite yet, but you did make a lower low on price with a higher low on your MACD. It's just you don't have a MACD crossover yet, so I haven't charted the divergence yet, but there is potential divergence on this trade as well. So those are the 4 new trades going into the week, completely free. People charge thousands of dollars for stuff like this. I just dropped 4 new trades for the 56 people in here. So if you enjoyed the XPEV, you know, breakdown of this trade, the APO breakdown of the trade, the MU breakdown, and the BigCommerce breakdown, the 4 new trade setups going into the week, hit that like button. Literally, I'm not asking you to pay me thousands of dollars for trade setups every single day. I'm just asking you to hit a like button to help grow the stream and get more people in here. So thank you. We got 50 people in the stream tonight. The market's not even open today, so Sunday. So thank you to everybody who showed up. But for the 4 new trades, XPEV, APO, MU, and BigCommerce, hit that like button. And remember, it's not financial advice, and it also depends on how the market does tomorrow. If the market opens well tomorrow and things look kind of stable, then I'll be entering pretty much every single one of those trades, as long as they're holding the levels I want them to. And I'll be posting those later tonight. So we need 2 more likes to hit 30 likes on the stream. 2 of you got to hit that like button right now. And now we're going to be getting into chat requests, so you can drop tickers in the chat. I'll take a look at that. If you want to send me a tip, if you want to buy the SPAC poster, the link for that is the first link in the description and the pinned comment in the chat. So you could head on over there, keep hitting that like button, hit that subscribe button. Let's get to 1,400 subscribers. DZ, I do have a Discord. If you just scroll up a little bit in the chat, Rooster already dropped the link to the Discord. We opened it on Friday, already got over 450 members, which is insane. So thank you for all the support. And yeah, those were your 4 new trades going to the week. Now I'm going to be looking at chat requests. Keep hitting that like button, keep hitting that subscribe button. If you want to send me a tip, it's the pinned comment in the chat. Or actually, I like revamped my tip page. I made it look a little bit better, so you can check that out as well. Pinned comment in the chat. And then if you want to join the Discord, Rooster and Braden just dropped the link to the Discord, so go check out the Discord if you want to get pinged whenever I put out a trade. If you want to talk to other people, over 400 people already in the Discord, and we opened it on Friday. Thank you for 31 likes. That pretty much starts off the stream. Just went through 4 new trades. In terms of what I think about the market for this week, I have no clue, literally, and that's completely fine. I don't need to have a clue about what's going to happen. There is no, confirmed way to know if 2021 is going to be a good year, if this month is going to be a good month, if tomorrow is going to be a good day. There's no way to know for certain, unless you are a time traveler. So all you need to do is be able to react, just look at your indexes, see if they're breaking support levels or if they're breaking resistance levels, and just take it hour by hour, day by day. Just react to whatever does happen until there is much more of a clear sign on whether we're in for a bull market, a bear market, or a sideways market, like, pretty much December. But that pretty much recaps the 4 new trades, goes over my thoughts on the stock market. I'm just going to be reacting to whatever happens. I'm fine with either way. If it goes down, I'm going to stay cash, maybe open a few shorts. If it goes up, I already have some positions. I'm going to be entering more. Whatever the stock market gives me, I'll be taking. And if it doesn't give me anything, I have no problem staying in cash after all the gains that were made in 2020. But yeah, I'm completely fine with whatever does happen in the stock market, and you should be too, as long as you manage your risk. So that covers everything in the beginning of the stream. Hope you enjoyed like the little, foresight going into the week and the 4 new trades. So drop some tickers in the chat, whatever you want me to take a look at. Max wants to go over ILMN. We could take a look at that. That is actually one of the trades I already put out, and it's up 5%. So this was a cup and handle. There was some divergence, and it's playing out very nicely. This is what happens when you get a cup and handle. This trade is currently up 5%. And again, your support is like 354, which is kind of far, but that's because you're rallying quite a bit. And the eventual long-term target for ILMN that I put out on the trade is $399. Just a resistance from right here and a psychological resistance. So that's the target of the trade. It's already up 5%. You can take profits whenever you want. Remember, my entry levels, my stop levels, and my target levels are all subjective. It depends on your risk tolerance and what the market offers you. So just keep that in mind. That's ILMN. Not much has changed. If you really zoom into the 1 hour, kind of looks like you had a mini bow flag and you broke out, but I'm not going to have to do that. Remember, it's a long-term trade. It could go back down. It could go a little bit up. Long-term trade. And it's off to a nice start. So, $10 donation coming in from Sefa. I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm going to try to, okay? Sefa Sakane. I'm learning a ton. Thank you. Thank you for supporting the stream. Thank you for the $10 donation and opening up the night. If anybody else wants to send me a tip, it's the pinned comment in the chat. You could also buy a poster. And if you send me a tip or buy a poster, it'll pop up on the stream. So super dope there. And again, the FTM merch is coming out tomorrow. The whole entire collection, from hoodies to hats to shirts to coffee mugs to phone cases, backpacks. Literally so much is dropping tomorrow. But if you want to send me a tip, that's the pinned comment in the chat. So appreciate the $10. Really means a lot. Thank you very much. That's ILMN. We could take a look at KERN. There was a nice day trade I did on KERN a few weeks ago. It was like a 10% day trade. I put it out on Twitter. That was great. Yeah, I mean, it was just in this nasty downtrend. It looked like it broke out, but was never really able to confirm the 377 level. This is why I kept on talking about KERN. I really said that it needs to hold 377 for multiple days, just because, and I was talking about this in the Discord earlier when somebody was recommending me a chart or whatever, or asking for my opinion. Whenever you're in such a long-term downtrend, to really confirm a breakout to the upside, you can't just get a break of the resistance line. You need to see follow-through price action. Stephen M, thank you for the $5 donation. Stephen says took some profit on SPI. Have some shares left. Please review. I will definitely take a look at SPI right after this. Yeah, that one just super volatile. It went way under the entry, then it went way over the entry, then it went right back down to the entry. Somehow I was able to take profits on like the 10% move up. So I was able to get out of that trade with 10% profit. I even tweeted about it, but we'll go over SPI. Thank you very much for the donation, Steven. But in terms of KERN and what I was saying to somebody in the Discord earlier, when you're in such a long downtrend, you really need more of a confirmation of a breakout. You want to see follow through price action to the upside, a nice 5-10% move. You want to see the previous resistance turn into a support, and you want to just get confirmation that the downtrend is truly broken. You never got that on KERN because it could not hold over 377. So unless KERN can hold 377, I'd take caution. Christian with the $5 donation. Neo, been talking about it on Discord, but always like hearing your opinion. Inverse head and shoulders on the 4 hour is definitely valid, and bullish divergence on the daily. We will take a look at Neo as well. Thank you all for the donations. If anybody else wants to send a donation, it is the pinned comment in the chat and the first link in the description. It'll pop up on the stream. Super cool stuff. Keep hitting that like button if you support the free analysis. Hit that subscribe button. Let me pop it up on stream. It looks something like this. So if you can locate that somewhere on your phone or your laptop or whatever you're watching on, hit that subscribe button. The donations are going crazy right now. Scrooge, thank you very much for the $10 donation. Some champ change. Thanks for educating. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you to everybody who's been donating, Steven, Christian, Scrooge, and everybody else before. Doing this all for free, not charging anything for the trades or the course or the streams. So these donations really, help out a lot. So thank you all for sending tips. Really appreciate it. Mason says, what's up, champ? I hopped in your OXT alert. Looking good so far. Yeah, I put out the OXT trade. It's up, I think, like 5% since the entry. Might have pulled back a little bit, but yeah, it's up 5.5% since the entry, and I put this out today. So great crypto trade going on right there. Let's take a look at the two donation requests. The first one was SPI, and then the second one was NEO. So SPI, very, very strange one. I mean, not strange, but this is just kind of what happens when you're trading something in such a volatile range. The entry for SPI was 790 back here. It went all the way down to 742. It was like 15 cents away from being stopped out when it was at 742. Then from 742, from right there, let's just do it from the entry, right? So from 742, it went back to the entry of the trade, and it ended up going 13%. $15 donation from Breb Mont. Really appreciate all the donations coming in tonight. I think this is like the most amount of donations I've gotten in 5 minutes. Thank you very much, Breb Mont, for the $15 donation. RMO XL RSI. RMO XL RSI. Is RMO like a ticker? Are you requesting 3 tickers? I could definitely, yeah. All right, I'll take a look at those 3 tickers. Thank you very much for the $15 donation, Brebmont. Really appreciate it, and all the donations coming in. So we got SPI, then we got NEO, then RMO, then XL, then RSI. We'll take a look at all of them. But yeah, in terms of SPI, it went down, almost got stopped out, but then it got saved, went back up, and then from the entry to the highest point, SPI actually went up 13%. I was able to take profits when it was like down here, like 850, and I even entered a little bit under the actual entry just because I was able to get a good limit buy. So I was able to take like 12% profits on SPI last week. I literally tweeted out that I took profits. I talked about it on stream saying I did take profits on SPI early, and right after I took my profits, it just continued falling down. Oh my gosh, Joshua, what is going on with the tips tonight? Thank you all so much. All right, I think everybody's a little bit excited going into 2021. Joshua says, here's to an amazing 2021 XL and QS. I'm taking a look at both. Already looking at XL for Brebmont, but I will also look at QS for you. Appreciate all the tips coming in tonight. Thank you all so much, like genuinely. Again, this is the free trading move. I couldn't speak right there. This is the free trading movement. So the tips really are what keep things going, because I'm not charging anything for all the stuff I'm putting out, but really thank you all so much. That is SPI. Again, it's just back at the entry. Could it bounce here again? Sure, it's in this, support area, but it just doesn't have the same divergence that it had when the trade was originally out and it went up 10%. It just was not able to hit like the gap fill target, even though it had a nice move up. It was like a scenario where either you had to compromise and take profits early, or right now you're back at break even. But yeah. Alexa, thank you for the $20 donation. Happy New Year's. We could take a look at Mara for sure. Oh my gosh, the tips tonight are insane. Thank you all so much for the tips. Really appreciate it. I will take a look at Mara as well. We'll see what happens with Mara with Bitcoin. I'm really interested to see what it does tomorrow. But that's SPI. I need to go a little bit faster because we have a lot of donation requests to go through. Really appreciate all the donations coming in. If anybody else wants to send one, it's a pinned comment in the chat. So the first one was SPI. Now we got to take a look at NEO for Christian. If I can find it. So yeah, NEO does have an inverse head and shoulders. Guy in hat actually was the first person to like show it to me. But the inverse head and shoulders is definitely correct. Left shoulder right here, head right here, right shoulder right there. NEO's just in that, let me turn that light back on. NEO's just in this resistance area, right? So if NEO can clear this orange box right here, I think you're going to see a retest of the all-time high at around 57, just because it is a very decent looking pattern. You don't have any bearish divergence. You have some nice bullish convergence, which means both the price and the MACD are going up, and the RSI. So I like the higher low from here to here. This is the make or break area for NEO. If NEO can break, $51, I think NEO's going to be headed back to around like 55 to 57. If NEO cannot break this resistance area, I think it could be headed back down to 42. So I don't know what's going to be happening with NEO. I think it does look a little bit more bullish than bearish. But remember, just react. Don't expect anything. If it breaks out, great. If you're in a trade and it breaks out, you can make profit. But if you're in a trade and it cannot break this level, that's when I would say take caution. And you were saying some hidden bullish divergence on the daily. That is definitely correct. So thank you for bringing that to my attention. So yeah, there is definitely hidden bullish divergence on the daily. It does look more bullish than bearish. And I believe they have a catalyst this week. Or is it this week? When is NEO Day? Don't they have NEO Day going on soon? So yeah, I think it looks good, but again, it is at a resistance. That's all I'm gonna say. It is at a resistance. It's a make or break area. But that is Neo. Keep hitting that like button. Let's get to 40 likes. Come on. First trading day of the stock market tomorrow. Free trading movement website dropping tomorrow. Over 400 people in the Discord. Hit that like button if you're enjoying the free analysis. And I already dropped 4 new trades tonight on stream. So that was Neo. There you go. Then we're going to take a look at 3 tickers for Brevmont, RMO, and then XL. Also, Josh wanted me to take a look at XL. Sorry, my watch. Thank you so much, Austin Horn, for the $15 donation. I will take a look at NGA. You all are crazy tonight. It's just donation after donation tonight. I haven't seen a day like this, like on the tips, since like back when Fisker was going from $9 to 23. Back then the donations were also crazy, but I have not seen a donation day like today in literally over a month. So thank you all so much for the non-stop donations. Gonna be taking a look at all the tickers, so let's keep it going. That was Neo. Now we gotta take a look at RMO. So Brevmont, there is one issue. You requested RMO, XL, and RSI, which are all very newly IPO'd companies, and TradingView does not carry over the data from SPACs to IPO companies that fast. It usually takes like a month for them to carry that data over. So unfortunately, as you can see here, not a lot of things I can do with the chart like that. It's just I don't know where the support is, I don't know where the resistance is, I don't know how the divergence looks, if there is any. There's literally nothing on the oscillators, and there's like 4 candles on the 4-hour chart. So unfortunately, like I really wish that TradingView had it and I can analyze it for you. I just, as you could obviously tell, there's nothing I can do there. Unfortunately, there is a gap, which is literally all I can see. There's a gap to 2606. Literally all I can do on that chart. Apologies on behalf of TradingView for that. XL, again, you know, we had multiple great trades on PIC before the ticker changed, multiple like awesome trades. And then after the ticker change again, TradingView deleted the chart from PIC. Oh, look, it's back. All right, so if I go on the daily, the chart is actually back. That's great. So as you can see, I already carried over the support and resistance levels. There's no bearish divergence. Nah, not really. I would not consider that bearish divergence. I guess what you would do at this point is just Fibonacci. So from your low to high, look where you bounced off of the 0.618. The golden retrace is where XL bounced off of. Go figure. What I don't really like is the MACD on the daily. You want that to start moving back towards the positive. So I have to say only on the daily chart because the other ones aren't loaded. You still have a gap fill to 1584, which it would be very extreme for that to fill. So I'm not going to really consider it unless you get closer. But yeah, your supports are like 2085, 1834. Those are your major supports, and the Fibonacci levels. You already bounced off the 0.618. But other than that, there's not much of a pattern, not much divergence. You bounce off that Fibonacci level. If you fall back under, you still have 2085. I don't remember exactly what that was from. I think that's something from the PIC chart on the 4-hour, maybe like a fib line or something. Try RMG. Yeah, usually they just delete the SPAC. Is it this one? Is it a London stock? Or is it RMG Acquisition Corp? I'm thinking it's that one, but it says RMG BU. So yeah, I think they just deleted the actual RMG and then put it on the new ticker. So I don't think it's going to be RMG BU or RMG FX. This does say Acquisition Corp. Let me take a look at it. But again, that doesn't even look like common shares. And again, there's not much I can do here. There is no RSI or MACD, even if that is the correct chart. So hopefully, you know, in the coming weeks, that'll load up on TradingView. So that was XL and RSI. I'm trying my best here. There's just not much I can do on charts that look like this. So RSI is another new company, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, IPO'd this year. Looks like you have some local bearish divergence going on RSI, right? RSI was the ticker, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, RSI. So it looks like you have some local bearish divergence where your price was going up, but your MACD was going down. And what happened at a certain point, you know, had a blow off the top and it pulled back from 25 to 21. I would say there's like a mini support right there at 21.05. That's kind of where you're trying to bounce. It was just your previous resistance from December 9th. So again, the 4 hour, it's not even loaded yet. I just kind of have to look at the daily. You kind of do have like this uptrend, maybe like an ascending broadening wedge, something like that. And again, remember that is technically a bearish pattern. So you know, that's the support I'm looking at. Yeah, there's not much I can do here. Unfortunately, you do have a macro bearish pattern and some local bearish divergence on the daily. I don't know if the 4 hour looks good. I don't know if they have any catalysts or anything. And it is technically on the $21 support. So basically, if you fall out of this area right here on RSI, this is where you want to see a bounce, right? You don't want to fall under this orange box. If you fall under that orange box, that's when you really should take caution, in my opinion. So it's either it bounces right here and you could see another wave up, or if it breaks under this to the downside, I would take caution there on RSI. On the relative strength index stock. Yeah, that's RSI. What else we got from the donations? We already looked at XL. We can take a look at QS. Just another crazy runner. I think it did fall pretty heavily up. It was down 14% on Friday. Not much bearish divergence technically. All right, let's not do that. Okay, so yeah, I mean, there's not much divergence. Not really at a major support. I would say this is going to be, let me just delete this. I say this would be your support right here. Wrong one. So as you can see, we had two candle highs here, December 9th and December 11th at $80. I think that's really the support that you're looking at. If you break that, then you're talking like 56. That's just what happens when you have a crazy run up. You can't create, you know, major supports because all you have is a straight line up. So it could eventually create hidden bullish divergence. It's just too early to call because the MACD is continuing to move to the downside. It's not developing yet. So yeah, those are the supports I'm looking at. In terms of a pattern, maybe on the 1 hour you could find one. 1 hour doesn't look too bad. But yeah, maybe you can call like a 1 hour falling wedge. But again, remember, it is the 1 hour. It's technically, you know, more like actually like a channel. Technically, it's not as reliable as like the 4 hour and the daily because there's just less data on it, but it could play out faster. So it looks like you just have this down sloping channel on the 1 hour. I do like how the price is going down, but the MACD is going up. That's like some local divergence right there. So the 1 hour does look pretty decent on QS. It already had a major fall from 133 to 84. Yeah, if you fall back down to $80 and you do get a MACD crossover and your 4 hours starts waning, I think there could be a potential trade. Just for right now, it's not as high probability because you don't have that divergence yet technically on a major time scale. But that is QS. Keep hitting that like button. Let's get to 40 likes. Hope you enjoy all the free analysis every single night. Now we're going to take a look at MARA and NGA. If anybody else wants to send a tip, it's the pinned comment in the chat. You could also buy a SPAC poster. And remember, all the FTM merch is coming out tomorrow. Can't wait for that. So MARA and NGA are the other two donation requests. All right, MARA, I mean, crazy run. Hit the 4236 Fibonacci extension and then pulled back to the $10 support level. I don't even know where that's from. It might have just been like that local level. Is there anything else there? You kind of have like that low from right here and a high from right there. Okay, so again, I mean, most people are expecting that MARA will open well tomorrow just because Bitcoin broke 30K over the weekend. So yeah, I mean, either it literally pre-market bounces and has another crazy run because of Bitcoin, or it falls under 1040 and then your next support is 829. So if it does run back up to the upside, you know, and you wanted to create new Fibonacci targets, it would be something like this, where that would be your swing high and this would be your swing low, assuming it does gap up pre-market. I have no clue if it will. And then your new 1618 would be like $17, but again, it's already up so much. Just remember, MARA was all the way down here at $2 back in November, and now it's $10. So there was much better times to be entering MARA. I just don't know. You know what I'm saying? I have no clue if the crazy run will continue or if it will continue to fall in the short term. These are the levels I'm looking at. Of course, you have another resistance right here at 1397, just your two candle highs. So yeah, because as much as Mara is correlated to Bitcoin's price action, at the end of last week, Bitcoin was doing well, but Mara was falling. So that was kind of weird. I actually talked about that on stream, I think on Thursday night. But yeah, those are the levels on Mara I'm looking at. Not much divergence on the daily or the 4-hour. You could create hidden bullish divergence, but it's too early to call it in my opinion. And then we got NGA. You had some very nice hidden bullish divergence right here, and that sent you from $13 to $20. Literally, that was crazy. Don't know if there was a catalyst or anything. But major support right here on NGA at 1720. It was your high from December 8th, and it's been your support in the last week or so. You technically could consider it to be classic bearish divergence, but again, there's like this little island right here that kind of messes it up, so I'm not too sure there. But regardless, I don't like how the MACD is going down. You want it to start going back, you know, towards the upper green levels. So yeah, either it can hold 1720 and you could, you know, retest another all-time high, or if you ever break 1720, you have multiple gaps to fill, or mainly just this one right here. Let me go to the daily and confirm that. Yeah, you do have a gap fill on the daily right here. So if you don't break on, if you do break under 1720, take caution, because there's a gap fill to like 1577. So yeah, I mean, on the daily, you technically do have classic bearish divergence as well, if I'm being honest. As you can see, from one MACD island to the next one, you made a lower high, but on price, you made a higher high. So technically on the daily, you do have classic bearish divergence. Super simple chart. Either it literally bounces right here at the 1720 support and you could see another run, or if it falls under 1720, you really got to take caution with the bearish divergence and the gap to fill on the daily. So that goes through literally all of the donation requests. Thank you for that crazy spree of donations. Thank you to Cepha C. Kane, Stephen M., Christian, Scrooge, Brebmont, Joshua, Alexa, and Austin Horn for those very generous donations earlier on. If anybody else wants to send a donation, it's the pinned comment in the chat and the first link in the description. That should go over all the donation requests. If I missed anything, just let me know in the chat. So now I'm going to get back to the chat, see what's up with everybody. Thank you for 40 likes. Keep hitting that like button, hit that subscribe button. Hopefully you enjoyed that analysis on the donation request. Hopefully you enjoyed the 4 new trade setups I went over in the beginning of the stream. What else we got here? A couple people want me to look at Rocket. We could take a look at that. Again, I called like 4 different moves on Rocket in a row. There's literally proof of every single one of those. When it was right here at $23, I said it was bearish because you had hidden bearish divergence on the daily. I said it could move back down to $20 because that was your next support. Rocket moved down to $20. Then when Rocket was at $20, there was an inverse head and shoulders that a lot of people, you know, were able to see. It was very clear. It technically had a fake out of the inverse head and shoulders, got up to this level, and then as soon as it started falling back under the neckline of the inverse head and shoulders, I started putting out warnings on Twitter and on stream saying it might have been a fake out. And then at that point, it was up like 9% since the entry of the trade, and it had the fake out of the inverse head and shoulders, and it fell back down to 20, which was just your support again. So now it's at 20, and it's super simple. Either it bounces off of 20, which is your support, or like the general area, you kind of have some wicks under it, so it doesn't have to be like $20 to the cent. If you really want to like be pinpoint, it looks a little bit more like that, like right there, like 1961. It's just you did bounce off of 20 right here. But like between $20 and 1961, you want to bounce there. If you don't bounce there, you want to take caution, because then your next support is 1858. So it's currently retesting the support zone. It could bounce here and you could see 2278 another time, test that again. But if it doesn't hold the 1961 to $20 support, really take caution, because then your next support is 1858. And you don't have any divergence at this point. You don't have any pattern. You're just in this rectangle right here between 1961 and $23. So other than that, there's not much to look at on Rocket. Just a fake out of the inverse head and shoulders, which I was able to warn about multiple times. Even when the trade was in profit, I was warning about that on Rocket. Now it's down 3.5%. So yeah, and I don't know, I can't talk. In total, I was able to take 4% profit on Rocket, just because I took my profits early as it fell back under the neckline, and now it's down even further. So I'm not too sure what's going to be next. Just throw us your levels and react to whatever does happen. Give me a second. I'm going to turn off my heater. Got a little bit hot, but yeah, that is Rocket. BW says, when you're looking at a Fibonacci retrace, what time frame / range are you usually looking against? Fibonacci works on any time frame, but typically the time frames I just mainly look at are the 4-hour and the daily, because I'm a swing trader, and the 4-hour and daily are, in most people's opinions, the best time frames for a swing trader, because they play out in the amount of time that a swing trade usually takes to play out, and the data is more reliable than like the 1 hour or the minute chart, just because there is more data on a 4-hour chart as the candles have more time within them. Hopefully that answers your question though. But yeah, keep hitting that like button. Thank you for 40 likes. If you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. Join the free trading movement. Website is dropping literally tomorrow. Merchandise is coming out tomorrow. The Discord is already out. We have 450 people in it already. So Rooster just dropped the link in the chat. If you want to join the Discord, you're going to get pings to whenever I put out trades. You're going to be able to talk to over 400 people about trading. Join that Discord. Everything's for free. Appreciate the support. OO, Reno, and BW. So yeah, drop some takers in the chat, whatever you want me to take a look at, and we'll get to work here. I'm really excited for this week. I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm just excited. You know, I want to see what the market has to offer in 2021. And I'm also excited to see how people react to the free trading movement website dropping tomorrow. So we can take a look at Rice, Y, and CRM. So this is an OTC stock. And technical analysis is not going to work here. Just look at the candles, super gappy. It does actually have pretty decent volume, I will say that. And you technically have hidden bearish divergence where you made a lower high on price from 338 to 175, but you made a higher high on your MACD and it's waning to the downside. So if your MACD does cross over to red, that is hidden bearish divergence. It's sitting at this support right here. I mean, look. If there's anything I can do here, this is your support zone. If you ever fall under this orange box, there's no support at all. So either it bounces here and it does some crazy thing and it runs up and pumps again, or it just doesn't. And yeah, I have no clue. I'm not going to be trading this. This is Rolls-Royce Holdings. Just not too sure. This is not really where technical analysis works out, if I'm being honest. And not that it won't work out. I'm just saying it's not typically what you use it for, just because different types of trading on OTC stocks than general market participants. And then CRM at the 220 support. Let me go to the daily. So this is CRM. It is just sitting at this 220 support. No bearish divergence, but the MACD doesn't look great. Either it bounces, I already filled the gap right there. There is like a tiny gap to 209. The 200-day moving average is also kind of around there. So if you fall under 220, you're thinking like 209 is going to be next. But yeah, like either, all right, let me just try this out because that'll probably make it easier. So either it bounces off of 220 and you can see 229 tested again, which is just your next resistance, or it breaks under 220 and your next support is 209, which was your resistance right here and kind of around your 200-day moving average. You do have a gap to the upside, but you need to break 230 obviously first to even consider that. Not much of a pattern. All you really have on this chart, in my opinion, are levels. So those are your levels. If you want to take a screenshot, go for it. You don't have a pattern, you don't have divergence. You did have like a bullish pin bar candle on the daily, which isn't too shabby. That could be a reversal pattern or candle. But I mean, that's really all you got, and you're looking for multiple indicators. So we'll see. Those are your levels. I have no clue what will happen, but you can just react to the different levels. And that is CRM. Moderna, we could take a look at that. But keep hitting that like button. Let's get to 50 likes. That's the minimum amount of likes I want to see on each stream. So if you have not hit that like button already, hit that like button. It just helps you grow the stream. If you're not subscribed, join the free trading movement and hit that subscribe button while on our way to 1,400 subs. Let me see how many we're sitting at right now, because we're not too far off from 1,400 subscribers. We're at 1377, so we need 23 more subscribers for 1400. Hopefully we can get it this week. But yeah, if you want to send me a tip, it's the pinned comment in the chat and the first link in the description. Appreciate all the donations earlier tonight. Moderna, it is breaking under the 109 gap fill level. There is no divergence on the daily, just because your MACD is not developing yet. You do technically have some potential hidden bullish divergence on the 4-hour, as long as you don't fall under like $60. So it's not bad. I think you could get a bounce off the $100 level. If it doesn't bounce off 100, that's when you really take caution. If you fall under 100 on Moderna, really take caution. But as you can see, your previous resistance was 101.42 right over here, and it's kind of coming back down to that area. It could bounce off of it, flip the previous resistance into a support. You have some potential hidden bullish divergence on the 4-hour, and if you can bounce off of this and create some demand, you could get potential hidden bullish divergence on the daily. Is just way too early to call it until it really starts developing. But that is Moderna. FUBO, no clue what it did on Friday, but you know, the short reports the major fall from literally $62, and you're just, you know, in between two support. You're in between a support and resistance. Your resistance is 30. Where's extended hours? Doesn't look like much happened there. I'm not too sure what happened after hours, but your support is 26 and your resistance is 30. In between that, it's just kind of neutral. If you break over 30, bullish. If you fall under 26, bearish. But in between 26 and 30, you're just back in this range that it was in the beginning of December. And you don't have any divergence. You don't have a pattern. You know, really all you have is this range. I think you might have had like 1-hour divergence or something. Yeah, you kind of have 1-hour hidden bullish divergence turning into 1-hour classic bullish divergence. But again, remember, it is the 1-hour. So you did make lower lows on prices with a higher low on your MACD. You even had very little green island in between to make a textbook divergence. So sure, you're sitting at like a minor support level with classic bullish divergence on the 1-hour. This could be a bounce area, but again, in the macro sense, between 26 to 30, just kind of neutral. But of course, you could trade that range from 26 to 30. It's a pretty decent sized range, and you do have some classic bullish divergence. You're at like a mini support just from your high on November 23rd. So, I mean, either it bounces off of this level right here, or your next support is $26. But that is FUBO. You do have the 1-hour divergence. You did have a crazy fall to the downside. I think if the market holds well tomorrow, I think FUBO could see a bounce. But that's only if the market holds up well tomorrow. And again, remember, that's just my opinion. Nobody cares about my opinion. And that's just solely based off of 1-hour classic bullish divergence, which could underperform in a macro dump. So if all you have in this huge downtrend is 1-hour classic bullish divergence, it could, you know, create a potential trade, but you know, you'd have to be like cautiously optimistic just because you don't have a confirmed low yet with some rounding bottom action or just some demand. There hasn't been any major demand since it's been dumping from $60. So yeah, you're finally back in the support range, but it is a very wide support range, and that's just what happens after you get a crazy run up. That is FUBO. DraftKings, we could take a look at that. The warnings on DraftKings really did help, because if we take a look at DraftKings right here, what happened? I literally warned about DraftKings when it was falling under 52. There was a trade on it up here. It was up 4% on the first day, then it was down 3% for the next few days, and then I just finally put out a warning on DraftKings saying, look, it's falling under the $52 support. You have 4-hour classic bearish divergence. I'm exiting DraftKings, and I literally put out a warning on Twitter and on stream saying it was down like 1 or 2% from the entry of the trade, even though it was up 4% on the first day. You're breaking support with bearish divergence. I exited DraftKings. I put out multiple warnings, and it fell under 52, and it went down to the 48 support. Tried to hold it for like 1 day, and then on Friday it fell again. Not too sure what happened after hours, but your next support is 44 on DraftKings. So support 44, resistance 48.30. Super simple on DraftKings. GHIV, don't know how much data is on that chart, but we could take a look. Keep hitting that like button. Let's get to 50 likes. Hit that like button if you support the free analysis. Hit that subscribe button. Let's get to 1,400 subscribers this week. We're getting in the new year, and if you want to send me a tip, it's a pinned comment in the chat and the first link in the description. No divergence, not much of a pattern. It's just trying to hold this little, support level right here. If it falls under this level, take caution. That's your support. You fall under it, and then you have a gap fill to like 12.31. So either it bounces here and continues going crazy, or you break under this orange support level and there's a gap to fill at like 12.30 or so. But other than that, there's no pattern, no divergence, just candles on a gap up. But that's all I can do with GHIV. What is going on, Maverick? Happy New Year, homies. Big wins this year, absolutely. Wishing you a happy New Year, man. Hope it's all going well down there in Miami. But that's GHIV. Drop some tickers in the chat, whatever you want me to take a look at. X Cardiac wants to look at eBay. See what's up with that. There could be some hidden bullish divergence on the 4-hour developing. So I'll chart that. And I don't know. It's kind of weird to see where the real support level is right here. So I'm just going to create, again, like a box of support. That's like your support range, right? Your 200-day moving average is down there. You've had multiple price pivots in this orange box. So I think that's your support range on eBay, between like $48 and $50. You want to bounce in that area, right? I like the higher lows, but you do have the hidden bullish divergence. Take a look at the daily. Not much on the daily, unfortunately. So yeah, I don't know. It's just kind of weird, if I'm being honest. There's not much of an edge in my opinion. You're at a support range. You do have some 4-hour hidden bullish divergence, but you really don't have a pattern. And it's kind of hard to find like a real support level on this chart. So that orange box is really all I got for you. And yeah, you do have the hidden bullish divergence developing, which does look pretty decent, but again, it's not confirmed yet. So if you confirm that hidden bullish divergence, you get a nice bounce off this area, you break back over 51.42, then I would say it's bullish. So you need to do those 3 things first: confirm the divergence, get some demand, and break back over 51.42, and then I would say you could have another bounce to the upside, like right here and like right here. But might be a little bit too early to call, so just keep monitoring it. We already looked at XL, Doug F. We can take a look at Microsoft for sure. Should be on my watch list. Did I take it out? Microsoft, let's see if it broke out. It was trying to break out last week. I even put out a tweet and it could not break out. So there was a fake out on Microsoft right here. It tried to break out, but it fell right back under. I had some call options on this breakout, and the second I saw it falling back under, I took like a 5% loss on my call options. And now it's back in the pattern, and it's fallen even more since I sold them. Yeah, I mean, it just hit that 0.886 retrace, couldn't get over 228, and it just fell back down. Your major support is 217, and your resistance is this down sloping supply line. But other than that, there's not much of an edge. It really tried to break out, but there just was not enough demand among the high market uncertainty at the end of last week. So just kind of back in that neutral pattern for now. That is Microsoft. CPE, we can take a look at that. Keep hitting that like button. We need 4 more likes to hit 50 likes. So if you support what I'm doing, hit that like button. Discord, it dropped on Friday. We already got over 400 members in the Discord. And the website, the freetradingmovement.com website, is dropping tomorrow. I can't wait for everybody to see it. The merchandise is dropping tomorrow, from hats to, I think there's like 1 pair of pants actually. Actually, no, I couldn't get the pants because I didn't like how they were looking with the logo. From hats to shirts, multiple shirts, from coffee mugs to phone cases to literally a pillow, backpacks, So much stuff. I can't wait for everybody to see the merch tomorrow. Free trading movement dropping tomorrow at noon EST, the website and the merchandise. The Discord's already open. And Braden, great timing. Braden just dropped a link to the Discord if you want to join us in the Discord. I ping everybody every time I go live, whenever I drop a new trade. And also, it's just a great place to meet over 400 traders who have already entered the Discord. Cup and handle, obviously the rounding bottom, the handle, but the issue with, see, the thing is, a lot of people, call cup and handles and stuff whenever they see the rounding bottom and the handle, because you have the cup and the handle. Same thing with inverse head and shoulders. A lot of people call the inverse head and shoulders when you have the left shoulder, the head, and the right shoulder. But the thing is, it's kind of hard to play a pattern if you don't have a clear breakout line, right? Because look at this. If this is a cup and handle, the way to, target a breakout would be like that. And getting an upsloping resistance would just be very hard to chase, right? It would be pretty hard to break out of that. You would need to get above like $17 in the short term, which would be a very, very crazy run, like 50%. So I don't know if it's like a textbook cup and handle if you're using candle wicks. If you want to just use like the steepened part of the cup, you can make your breakout line like this, but again, like it broke over it and then it fell back under it. So I don't know how valid that is, but if you want to play it like that, or you need to break 1437, sure, that's your decision. And it could obviously play out. I mean, regardless, if it gets over 1437 for real, where's the resistance? I mean, just a straight line down right here, just a straight line down right here. There is no resistance if it can clear this local high. So if it can break out of this area right here and really clear it, you don't have resistance. Just look in the past. There's nothing right there. Just a straight line up and a straight line down. So it doesn't look bad. I think it's a little bit hard to kind of target the breakout of it if you're using candle wicks. So I'm just going to leave it at 1437 as a horizontal line, just because it was the high from the left side of the cup. And you do have hidden bullish divergence developing on the 4-hour as well, which I do like. Let me take a look at the daily. No divergence on the daily. So you have hidden bullish divergence with the cup and handle kind of. How would you look at the handle? Probably something like this. Probably just go like that. That's probably like your handle, this channel right here. So you're just looking to break out of this area. And if you do break out of this area, let me just make it, I don't know, yellow. If you break out of this yellow box right here, you could be headed for much higher prices. And you're just hoping that the hidden bullish divergence can help you get there. But remember, there were much better times to be entering this. There was even a demand touch right here at 1260 or something. So it's not bad. I think it's just personal preference. If you want to take this trade, you go for it. And it really could reap the reward if it does break this level, just because there's no resistance. But just remember, it's going to be a little bit hard to really confirm that breakout with follow through price action. So take it how you want to. J&J, it's pretty much at an all-time high. If I'm not mistaken, there's already a trade out on J&J. It's up 8% since I posted the buy call on Johnson & Johnson with the inverse head and shoulders. It broke the 154 level and cleared these little wicks right here. So it's just going. Whenever you want to take profits on Johnson & Johnson, you go for it. It's already up 8%. I have no clue how high it's going to go. I don't know when the uptrend is going to stop. So whenever you feel comfortable taking profits, all I'm going to say is just you do you on that one. Thank you very much. 450 likes though. And yeah, we should go over Fisker. Somebody typed in the chat earlier. We haven't gone over it yet. How often do I stream, Daniel? Every single day at 9 p.m. EST. It was just, I was on vacation the last few days, so I was not able to stream then. And sometimes I won't stream on a Saturday, but I've been trying to stream on Saturdays the last few weeks, aside from like the holiday break and stuff. But every single day at 9 p.m. EST is when I stream. And sometimes I do power hour streams from 3 o'clock to 4 p.m. EST. It just depends on if people want the power hour streams, if I'm not too busy then, and stuff like that. But let's have a little bit of a talk on Fisker. You know, the the light pickup truck picture was posted by Henrik Fisker. I think it was on Friday, maybe it was on Thursday, but after the market closed last week, Fisker dropped like a computer image of a light pickup truck. He said that the reason he hasn't really been active and stuff was because he actually had COVID. So those are just two random things from Twitter, I guess. In terms of the chart, I already warned about it. I already told everybody I exited my short-term position on Fisker at 1580, and I'm still holding my long-term position. I'm actually, if it opens at this price tomorrow, I'm probably going to be adding to my long-term position. But again, that's not financial advice. It's just because I already have a lower average cost to my long-term position, because I was entering that long-term position back down here at $9 when I put out the original bullish butterfly call, which is actually on a poster. The trade that went from $9 up 150% to $23.60. If you want to get a poster of the best trade I've ever put out, the most historic trade I've ever put out, go to the pinned comment in the chat and then scroll down and you're going to see the poster if you want to purchase one of those posters. But it's back at the 0.618 retrace. This, the 1455 level is another level I called a few weeks ago. It bounced off of it twice. I made both of those calls on Fisker. And then at the end of last week, all I was showing on Fisker, I said there wasn't much of any signal on Fisker except for this upsloping demand line. And what happened on Thursday morning, it broke the demand line. And the second that it broke the demand line, I actually had an alert on my chart. The second it broke the demand line, I saw it and I tweeted it out. When the price was $15.30, I literally put out a warning on Fisker saying it broke the demand line. And I had already sold my short-term position when I made this move up to like 1590 right here. So I already sold my short-term position on Wednesday, if I'm not mistaken. Right here, yeah, right here. So on December 30th, at the high of the day is when I sold my short-term position on Fisker, just because I didn't like what the MACD was doing as it was falling back down. So I sold my short-term position at 1590. Then when it broke the demand line at 1530, I put out a warning. And what happened throughout Friday, it just fell all the way. It broke the $15 support, and it's just holding that 1455 area of support. So again, I don't care and this is what I said on Twitter as well, and what I said on my last stream. I don't care what happens with Fisker in the short term. Why? Because I don't have a short-term position on Fisker, and because if it goes lower, I can just cost average my long-term position and get a better average cost price. And if it goes up, I already have a long-term position, so my portfolio is going to be going up, right? So I'm completely fine with whatever happens on Fisker. If it does show more of an edge, I'm willing to re-enter a short-term position. Just remember, if we go to the 4-hour, I already played an amazing short-term position on the final week of, on the day before Christmas Eve, so December 23rd, right? Back here, you see this big green candle right here? The biggest green candle in this whole entire area. This green candle, I had literally call options expiring the next day on this green candle. It was a 9% candle. And I made like 500% profit or something like that on this green candle because I had call options expiring the next day. It was the biggest trade of my career, a 9% candle because of the call options I had. That was crazy. But yeah, ever since that, it's just been dropping. So I actually sold my options at 1750. I had to sell them because it was at a resistance, and my options were expiring literally the next day. So I sold over there, and then I had like a mini common share short-term position that I sold at 1590, and now it's dumping again. So your levels on FSR are 1455, the Fibonacci support, it bounced off twice. If that does not hold, your next support is 1355. So I don't know what's going to happen. Just react to whatever does happen. Those are just support levels. They could go somewhere in between and bounce. They could literally just bounce pre-market tomorrow with the pickup truck and stuff. I have no clue. Just react to the levels, and I'm completely fine with whatever does happen. So that was a very long talk on Fisker. I know I have a lot of people here that are interested in Fisker, so hopefully that served you all purpose. And I hope the warning that I put out on Friday morning when it was breaking the demand line helped some people out. Literally put out the warning right over here at 1530. But that is Fisker. So keep hitting that like button. Thank you for 50 likes. Hit that subscribe button to join the free trading movement. If you want to send me a tip, it's the pinned comment in the chat and the first link in the description. And yeah, super excited for tomorrow with the market opening first day in 2021 and with the free trading movement website dropping at noon EST. So we can probably do a few more tickers. What's going on here? Taking a look at the chat. APPS has hidden bullish divergence on the 4 hour. We can take a look at that. Right there, broke out of this channel. I'm on the daily right now. It doesn't look too great on the daily, but there is certainly hidden bullish divergence on the 4 hour. Not even going to chart it. You already knew that there is. It's just there's not much of a pattern. Like I can see this going either way regardless of the hidden bullish divergence. So yes, the hidden bullish divergence does give the bulls a slight edge, but again, it already broke out of this pattern, made a nice move up from $47 to $60. I truly can see it either way happening on APPS in terms of technicals. There just isn't a major edge in my opinion aside from the hidden bullish divergence. GOEV, if this is like a super volatile chart or just a straight line up or a straight line down, I'm not going to be able to do too much on the chart as I thought it would be. There's not much I can do there in terms of technicals. It's pretty obvious why. IDEX cup and handle, let's take a look. No, that is not a cup and handle. You do not get back up to $3 to complete the cup, so it's not a cup and handle. Just another chart. I have no clue what's going to happen with this one. There's not a major support here. There's not a major resistance here. You don't have a pattern. You don't have divergence. As Mitch Ray would say, get a coin and flip it, and there is your answer. In terms of technicals, I just have no clue on IDEX. EPD. So what I'm going to really do for like the rest of the tickers is like I'm going to look through as many tickers as possible. If I see something that catches my eye, I'll talk about it more. If I don't, then I'm just going to move on. Don't take it personally. I'm just trying to get through as many people's tickers as possible. So if I see something, I'll let you know. Not much, maybe some hidden bullish divergence on the 4 hour. It could be argued. Same thing on the daily. It could be argued. It's just a little bit early to call. And then your major support right there, 1919. It was your swing high from August 17th. It's either you bounce off of this area and you could go higher, or if you fall under it, your next major support is down here at 1786. So that's EPD. Look at the daily for GOEV. I mean, same thing. It's just like there's not much I can do here. Went down to fill a gap, I guess. No divergence, no pattern. It could bounce off of the gap fill. I just don't know. You know what I'm saying? And I'm fine with not knowing. I don't need to know what GOEV is going to do. And for somebody who likes this company, yeah, I mean, it's much better than buying this at 24. I'll give you that for sure. This is a much better value area than up here and FOMOing. I just don't know if it's going to be, reversing tomorrow, the day after. Just no clue. And I'm not here to lie or anything like that. Max Carlson with the $5 donation. Happy New Year. Same to you. NBIX hidden bullish on the 4 hour, just above a major support. We could take a look at that. So Neurocrine Biosciences said hidden. What is this song? Why is it so sad? All right. Some on the daily. Let me go to the 4 hour. I like the higher lows. I'll tell you that. There is hidden bullish divergence. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not bad, not bad. Do you have it on the RSI as well? Not on the RSI. All right, so hidden bullish divergence on the 4 hour is developing pretty nicely. Let me just confirm that though. All right, what's going on here? Yeah, you do have hidden bullish divergence on the 4. So hidden bullish divergence from this low to this one. You made a higher low with lower levels on your MACD. There's no divergence on the daily. We already saw that. Major support right here at 93, and it could be a potential 3 rising valleys pattern where you're just making higher highs and higher lows, and on the third low there's a higher probability that you will have a pretty nice move up. So I'm just showing this pattern right here, 3 rising valleys. I'm trying to draw it as good as possible, but something like that, right? I'm just putting it there because your 200-day moving average is there, but 1 valley, 2 valley, this would be your 3rd valley right here. And that would also, I'm going to move this down a little bit. I'm just going to line it up with this resistance right here. So hidden bullish divergence, potential 3 rising valleys pattern. I like the higher lows, I like the higher highs. This does look like it's in a accumulation phase to me. So I do think that this is a bullish chart. It's also at a bottom of a range. Yeah, honestly, I'm not sure if I'm going to make this a trade setup. I definitely would if there was divergence on the daily. But I do think that the risk management is very easy either way. Even though there isn't any divergence on the daily, I like the higher lows and the higher highs. And the risk management, so it's super easy, right? I don't know if it has the same probability that it could have had on you know, if it had divergence on the daily. So I'm not sure about that, but your stop loss would just be under this previous swing low, and then this would be your target, which I just talked about. Almost a 3 reward to risk. There is your trade on NBIX if you want to take it. Target's like 104, stop loss is like 92. Entry is pretty much right around here. If you want to get it a little bit lower, go for it. And yeah, I think it looks bullish, but I would just really love it if it also had daily bullish divergence. So we'll see. I'm gonna keep it on the watch list. Appreciate it. Those are the things I look for on a chart though. So good job to Max. Appreciate it. So that is NBIX, keeping it on my watch list. Remember, I already showed 4 new trades at the beginning of the stream, so you can scroll back to the beginning. Otherwise, I'm going to be doing the timestamps after the stream ends. We already looked at Neo, ABC. I already have a trade out on ABC. Shout out to Guy in Hat. Falling wedge with classic bullish divergence on the 4-hour and hidden bullish divergence on the daily. There's already a trade out on ABC, matey. It's already in profit. The entry was 97.14. It's at 97.76. The take profit levels for the trade are 104 and 106. So nice bounce off the 200-day moving average. Nice divergence on the daily. Nice divergence on the 4-hour. It has every single thing I'm looking for in a chart. It's just a matter of if it will play out or not. It's not certainty. Just because it has all the things I look for in a chart doesn't mean it's going to go up for sure. It just means it has a higher probability in terms of technicals. Yeah, that's ABC. I love what it's doing on the chart, but again, not financial advice and not certainty. We will see if it plays out. It also has a Gartley, yeah. Guy in Hat was showing me that on Twitter, so I like what he said. Even though it's a call of mine, don't spam in the chat. Yeah, that's ABC. Yeah, again, shout out to Guy in Hat. Good stuff right there. Hidden bullish on the weekly. Gartley is a harmonic pattern. So yeah, I think we got through a lot of chat requests. Thank you for all the donations tonight. It is currently 10:20 my time, and I want to get the timestamps out on the video. Get ready for the website launch tomorrow. Answer my questions in the Discord if there are any. And I think it was a great stream. I think that pretty much covers everything most people want to know going into the week for tomorrow. I wish everybody good luck in this new year, even outside of trading and also in trading. I wish everybody good luck. Join the Discord if you haven't already. Let me drop a link to the Discord in the chat right now. If you want to join the Discord and talk to me after the stream or other people in the community, here's the link for the Discord. Just dropped it 3 times in the chat. The website is coming out tomorrow, freetradingmovement.com. Super excited for everybody to see the website and the merchandise that's coming out tomorrow. First trading day of the new year. Very, very exciting day tomorrow, and we'll see how it goes. Have a great night, everybody. Thank you for all the donations, for all the likes, for all the subscriptions. Free Trading Movement starts tomorrow, like officially starts tomorrow. So a little bit nervous, I guess, but there's not much to be nervous about. It's just providing people the tools that they need to trade better or learn how to trade. So website's dropping tomorrow. I'll be spamming it enough tomorrow in the Discord and on Twitter, so don't have to promote it too much right now, but just be ready for it at noon EST. freetradingmovement.com. Follow the Twitter. Max just dropped the link in the description. And yeah, that'll do it. Have a great night. See you tomorrow. Peace out. Let me get some music. What does everyone want to listen to close out this stream? Let me find something. Go some Jack Harlow. I don't know. Peace out.
Middle school bumping Waka Flocka, all they do. First album and I know just how it's gonna debut. Track 3 is why I tell her we gon' rendezvous. I'm signed to the gatekeepers. Don't believe the gossip cause it ain't true. Half of the dreams I had already came true. And they never told me anything I couldn't do. I got a mirror in my room I like to look into. At 17 I never thought that I would look this cute. Classmates can't believe the place I took it to. If I didn't rap then I would be a good masseuse. Fun fact, but it's a hidden talent cause she rubbing my back. All these different cities I'm becoming sidetracked. She leaving my hotel wearing something I packed. My wardrobe spread across the whole map. Jay Wise used to book me for the open mics. Kills me when they act like this was overnight. Like we didn't do a tour in a tiny van. 8 deep at the show, it might be 8 fans. That builds character, something y'all can probably use more of. If I told the truth to her, I know she'd be tore up. They love it when I rap and I don't even put a chorus. Turkey on ciabatta from the deli, shot to Moras. 30 grand to show up, we might as well pour up. Fake handshakes, we know you ain't going for us. Ooh, it's something about your aura, I know. Yeah,